Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Season 6. I'm out here in a desert. I look like a husk. I got myself a husk head. Done a pretty good job so far of collecting some of these heads. I haven't even been trying and I've accumulated a few, which is awesome. And we are over here in the desert, which is at the mining mesa area, because I've been collecting some sand. Just filling up a shulker box full of sand. You know, always going to need this stuff to create concrete powder or to smelt it into glass. And I thought I would start off over here just because I am itching to start recording today. I have a plan. That plan is to cause some absolute mischief here on the server. I am going to annoy a lot of the other hermits, and my plan is to try and annoy all of them with this idea that I've got. But before we talk about that, let's head back to our base, which is actually now in the process of moving over to the Ocean Monument. And here it is, the Ocean Monument, which will now become eventually my permanent base. As of right now, I'm moving over some of those farms from the futuristic area. You'll see in here I've got things like the cocoa beans and the sugar cane. This has all been uprooted from there, and we'll build some temporary farms over here while we work on this area. For example, the cactus farm has been put into place and automated. Very simple concept, this one right here. I don't need to explain it, I'm sure. And I'll reveal my plans for this area eventually, but right now I'd like to reveal my plans for this episode. And I should mention, this episode is being recorded after the next episode. So when you watch the next one, it's recorded before this. That might sound really strange, but I have a busy week ahead of me. I want to make sure you'll get some videos, and I wanted to get up to some mischief, which meant that I pretty much needed to record and put out this video the next day, because you're probably going to see a lot of this stuff in other Hermits videos. I am going to cause some mischief and terror using some pufferfish. I've had this on my mind since day one on this server, and I thought it's finally time to get around to this. So let's go grab a bucket of pufferfish. I got these on a live stream, by the way, from the coral area, which is just, you know, somewhere out in the ocean. So the pufferfish can poison the player. As you saw right there, but we can hide the pufferfish in various places that the player might not suspect, walk near, and get poisoned. And that is how we are going to terrorize the Hermitcraft server. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun, I tell ya. So you're probably going to see this in a lot of other Hermits videos. So my idea is that we need to get every single Hermit... Okay, that didn't work, did it? Let's try that again. I know why it didn't work. It's actually because you've got to pick it up with a bucket of water, right? So we've got to try and get every single other hermit on the server at some point or another. So I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need you to watch the other hermits videos and get back to me and let me know if they got hit by the pufferfish. We will eventually get everyone, I tell you. But today we're going to go around and lay down some traps and possibly get up to a few other shenanigans as well. The sounds that I hear now are good sounds. I can hear a blaze, and here's the thing. I have got 2 brewing stands, and I believe I got them from raiding or looting something, and I can't think of exactly what right now. This could end very badly if I fall into the wrong spot. Anyway, I'm going to brew a couple of potions to get up to some mischief on the server. Oh yes, I'll show you those in a second. But in order to brew, I need some blaze powder, right? Completely forgot about that. So we need to head up here, not get killed, and kill a couple of blazes. Well, I got a blaze rod fighting around on the top up there, and kind of noticed that this is very precarious. There's a lava lake there. There's one on the other side. It's not a great place for fighting blazes. I've actually got enough for what I need. But it's always a good idea when you're here to just stockpile a few, because you're going to need them again in the future. Well, there is a blaze spawner, so we can do this the intense way. This now spins faster the closer it gets to spawning. I do not remember reading about that in a changelog, and that could be something that the way it's always been. But I'm sure it's not. Okay, it's getting real fast now, so something will spawn and then it will slow down again. Okay, now let's look at it. See, it's slow. And like a complete moron, I seem to have forgotten that you also need nether warts, so Zedaf's Shorts, Quartz and Warts shop. I will buy... Oh, goodness me, they're all sold out. Why? Why does this happen to me? Don't worry, not all hope is lost. There are indeed some shorts left. Thank goodness. I'll definitely take both pairs of these. If you feel sorry for my terrible building skills, please donate. Wow, that is a great way to make some diamonds. I actually really like this build though. Anyway, you can keep my diamonds. So my friends, I managed to find some nether warts in another hermit's chest, so I left them a diamond and pinched just a handful. I hope they don't mind. And I have been a complete buffoon. So here's the deal. I don't really know where the line of what's acceptable or not is, which is why I don't usually get up to mischievous stuff like what we're going to be doing in this episode. And I've had this idea, this genius idea in my head for ages, just to realise that I'm a complete idiot. And for some reason it takes me brewing up a whole bunch of these potions to realise that this is the splash potion of slow falling. And for the longest time in my mind, I had this idea that the phantom membrane potion would work like a shulker bullet. It would make the player levitate into the sky. That's not what it does. I don't know why I got that idea in my head. This idea isn't really going to work. But the idea was to splash them with a turtle master potion and something that would levitate them off of the ground, right? And so then they would just be incapacitated, floating up, not really able to move anywhere. I thought that would be hilarious. Turns out I'm an idiot, but maybe we'll throw one of these turtle master potions at someone. We are still, of course, going to do our pufferfish shenanigans. We've got one more little job to do before we can get started with that. And I would also like to show you something that I constructed in this live stream. It is a very small guardian farm over here. So we laid down some magma blocks to drag the guardians down. We learned that they don't actually damage the guardians. So now what I've gone and done is created a gap on either side that the guardians can fall into. They'll eventually fall into this hole in the middle, and then they will get lavaed like what just happened a second ago. So this clock activates the repeater, which creates 2 ticks for this observer, and that means that the lava gets dispensed and retracted really quickly, setting these guardians on fire. And then their drops eventually fall into here. So very slowly we are accumulating some drops, and I think this design can probably be improved a little bit, but it's definitely not going to be my final guardian farm design. Just something temporary to get a few drops. My friends, we are now in Good Times of Scar's area. There are pirate islands around here and they look absolutely amazing. I love the shipwreck up on the rock there. It kind of paints a little bit of history of big waves in the area. But anyway, we're over here because I believe Scar has a sheep farm, and one of the essential things that I'm going to need is some wool to make some carpets. So we're going to come over here and just shear a couple of these sheep. Here are the sheep, many of them rammed into a little hole. I got a feeling the Natural Health Organisation might have something to say about this, but I ain't, because I need the wool, so I'm jumping in here. My friends, it is time for the mischief and terror to begin. And we're going to start off with one of the easiest jobs, which also happens to be my primary target. One of the busiest places on this server is Impulse's shop right here. He has been making diamonds upon diamonds by selling trading passes to get into his place here. And it just so happens that the entrance is surrounded by carpet. What a perfect opportunity for mischief. Right here at the entrance there is actually a space for us. That being said, that's actually a carpet block, isn't it? How did I not notice that? And why specifically is it carpet as well? Well, I can put that there. If I can just remove the one below it and that not cause a problem. Okay, then there's a sign there. So I can put that here. And then I need to remove... I'm actually destroying more than I thought I was going to be. Jeez, I feel kind of cheeky now. We're still not going to interrupt any of the redstone. That's fantastic. I really hope these carpets don't have anything more to them. I don't see why they would do. Anyway, there we go. That turned out to be pretty easy, right? So if we put that right there and then place this here, anyone who tries to enter will get wrecked. Another popular place on the server is Mumbo Jumbo's slime shop. Although technically it's Python's slime shop at the moment. I'm not sure. That sign is confusing. And there is nothing below that cobblestone. Oh, this is so devious. Okay. And now I need my pufferfish over here. And we're going to throw this down. By the way, Wells Knight is the only other person online right now. Jevin is AFK, which makes his name grey in chat there. And I don't know where Wells is. So I'm glad I'm on here while the server is quiet. It's early in the morning. I'm a morning person. And I can't place that now. Is it because I'm inside of something else? I think it's because the pufferfish has puffed up. Let's try and walk past it. Oh, this is going to terrorise people for sure. Can we sprint over it? We can. So I need to wait for that sucker to go small and then place the carpet. So when I do this, I really need to do it rather quickly. Yes, there we go, like that. I don't think you'll notice that. I think you'll walk straight over it, and then you will notice it. And now I need to get in there and get my items. I didn't think this through, did I? This one might be a little bit too obvious. I was thinking of replacing these blocks with carpets. It kind of looks natural, looks like the entrance, but Tango will see that and know something is up. Can we hide the pufferfish in a less conspicuous place? I think we might be able to, but down here there's a clock of redstone, so these things are actually being activated on a timer, which I didn't notice before, and I really wish I had noticed it, because that is very cool. If we break this block here, there is actually no exposed redstone in that spot. So if we were to put a block below it, which is right here, we can now hide a pufferfish in there if I break the red block above. So for this one we're using 2. I want to right click and right click again rather quickly. So right click, wonderful. Let's swap that out with the other one. Right click, excellent. Thing is, we have to test this now, don't we? Let's actually walk through the very middle, which someone is going to do, of course. And tidy all of this up. So now it looks like we haven't been here once the dirt has regrown. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. I thought they would get you through the block like that. What? I thought that would work. Oh, I've learned a lesson here. The pufferfish are actually dead, because they probably rise up into the block above, and if it is solid, they take damage and die. Serves me right for my little pranks and shenanigans, doesn't it? So we can't put them there. Do you know what? I think I'm actually going to leave Tango's shop alone. Let's go and place one on my shop. I know a spot that'll work just fine. So my shop has been gaining a lot of traffic. I've made quite a few sales in here. So players are obviously going to walk over these trapdoors, and look at that, perfect little bit of space. Now I guess we get to find out if the trapdoors will damage the pufferfish. I'm going to guess not, and that was really easy and quick to set up. And you're probably not going to suspect a thing, right? Ow! Nope, don't come in here. This is terrible, man, this is terrible. I also want to conduct an experiment quickly. Alright, so we got 350 durability right here. When we take damage... Ah, it does actually affect the armor, so the poison damage won't affect the player, but the pufferfish is actually attacking the player through the block. That's fascinating. Okay, this will be the last of our shopping area shenanigans. It's now going to get personal after this. That's not so great, is it? You can see it through there. Well, Python will notice this, but hopefully other players just think it's normal. They're going to walk in. Oh, you might not be able to even get into the shop. Jeez, I am really going to stir some trouble today, aren't I? Goodness me. I'm not sure if this was the best of ideas. This is Python's house, and there is carpets in it. That makes my job even easier. Something's going horribly wrong here. The donkey has been poisoned. I don't want to kill. Ah. Here's the thing, right? The poison can't kill you, but this thing attacks you. And I think when it attacks you, because it does damage to the armor, that means it's actually attacking your hit points, as opposed to just applying the... Yeah, I'm not going to put this here, because I might accidentally kill the donkey. Today, no one is safe from harm. We're in Jevin's base, and I think we can do a little bit of reconstruction here, and then hide the pufferfish in this space underneath the enchanting table. So what we need to do is make that a block so that the water doesn't go anywhere, which means we need to change this little redstone circuit. It should be really simple. If we put a block here and have our torch there, then it inverts the signal, and we can have the repeater pointing into a block here, which means that the redstone on either side is going to be powered, and all of these repeaters are as well. Okay, we might kill a pufferfish here. Same problem as before with having a block above it, but this isn't a full block, okay? And when the size of a block isn't a full one, it usually means that mobs won't take damage inside of it. So we're about to find out, and I've got to do this very quickly. Let's put these next to each other on the hotbar, okay? Like that, like this. I can't hear any sounds of death or dying. Okay, I can hear the pufferfish. And there we go. So Jevin goes to do a little bit of enchanting, and oh no, not today, my friend. Due to the way CubFan has built and laid out his base, there is actually an incredibly limited amount of places, or if almost none, to actually put a pufferfish. So I think the best that I can do is underneath this slab. Again, the slab shouldn't damage the pufferfish. The pufferfish's size is based on its proximity to players or entities. I think the captain here is keeping the pufferfish amused. Let's go ahead. Oh. Okay, well, that eventually worked. We're going to have to nudge you over here, good sir. And there we go. You'll probably remember this place from a couple of episodes back where we came over to Giarian's ship in a bottle. And there's something very cool in here. A bucket list. This is a really cool idea to create a list of things that you want to do. One of them that I share is this right here. Kill a phantom while flying with an elytra. We're going to create our own little bucket list at some point and put on cool things to do on there. Yes, that's our spot right there. You're so going to walk straight over this space. Okay, that was kind of weird. When I stand in the middle, it doesn't automatically... Oh, there's a block above my head. Right. Ow! Jeez. And, well, I'm kind of already getting pufferfish by walking over that. Let's move it into the spot. Speaking of bucket lists, ours is actually to get everyone on the server with this pufferfish trap. So that'll be the first thing on our Season 6 bucket list. So we're in Biffa's base now, and I've been exploring the rooms attached to this ladder that goes up and down, and I haven't really found a good spot anywhere. That being said, what about this corner here? You come to use the ender chest, you're going to be standing here, level with a pufferfish on the other side, and because it's over here, we can actually leave like a 2-tool gap and have it so that the pufferfish has got a block of air above it. Let's give it a try. I'm Biffa, I'm drinking my cup of tea, I'm going to open my ender chest, and bam, I've been poisoned. Excellent, that will totally bamboozle him. We got our first victim in chat. Biffa has been hit by poison, and I've just poisoned his base. Well, our shenanigans so far have taken up a lot of this episode, so now I'm going to whiz round and hit up as many of the hermit bases that I can. My friends, Iskal's base is beautiful. He's building down in a ravine. Such a great idea to just go straight into the underwater building. And there are these rooms hidden on the other sides. They've got windows as well, which is really nice. If we swim up through here, I found where his bed is. And near his bed is a trapdoor. So that's where this pufferfish is going to go. Or not, because apparently... Jeez, what happened there? Maybe I've got to click down here. I probably just waterlogged that block, right? Oh, and would it be able to escape underneath when it's smaller? And this is going to be the last that I actually show you of me placing the pufferfish, because I figured some of you are going to go and tell them in the comments, and if I want to get every single person this season, then I need for y'all not to know, really. Okay, now if I right click there, we're not actually right clicking on the block because I believe there is a gap below it. Yes, so here and here, and then we're good to hide the pufferfish. Look who it is! It's Doc M! Let's grab his attention. Did I get him with it? I think I got him with it. He's got the turtle effect! Try and catch me, Doc. Oh, that's terrible. Oh jeez, he's got a trident! He might actually kill me. I need to skedaddle. Goodness me. Oh. I might be getting stalked by other players now. I'm not sure what's good. Doc's after me, and I think Biffa's in the area as well. They know I'm up to no good. This is terrible. I need an escape plan, and I don't have one. So we're all out of pufferfish, and I'm going to head over to the coral where I got them from and show you how I go about picking them up. It's pretty straightforward, but it's kind of fun and cool as well. And I was just thinking, you know, Doc came after us, and if I'd also thrown this potion at him, he wouldn't have been able to swoop down on me from above with the elytra. You'd be able to go upwards using the rockets, but then trying to get downwards would be difficult. So there may actually be a use for that after all. So here is one of possibly many coral reefs on the Hermitcraft server. I mean, the world is technically infinite, but they are hard to come by. And this one is, you know, a few thousand blocks away from the main area. It's next to a mycelium biome as well. And this is where I come to go and fish some of these. Now, some of the other hermits have been here as well. As you can see, we're getting the conduit effect. And also, if you swim out far enough, there are parts of this coral reef that have been completely harvested for various shops that are running on the server selling some of these coral blocks. Now, as I swim around, what I'm looking out for, of course, is the pufferfish. What we've got to do is stroll up to them and nab them with one of these buckets right here. What I find helps a lot is pressing F3 and B. And to my side there is actually a pufferfish right there, and then it's dropped down. I'm actually going to try and do this without the hitbox thing. Yeah, there you go. It's not terribly difficult, but using the hitbox you get a bigger sense of the size of your target and something to aim at, right? So anyway, I'm just going to be swimming around here trying to find some pufferfish, and while I'm at it I'm going to get some ink sacs as well. Something else to be said about the F3 and B trick is that it allows you to spot the fish from further away. Another thing to mention is that you usually find these pufferfish in groups of 2, 1 or occasionally I think 3, but never anything larger than that. So if you're not sure what type of fish it is you're approaching, look at the group size. So if you see like 6 or 7 together, then it's probably not going to be pufferfish. One other tip for the F3 and B trick: when you go above the water you can see much further for hitboxes, and then when you go underwater you can't. So that's a really helpful tool for directing you to where the fishies are. Damn, I'm down to 3 pufferfish left, and I can think of one more place after this where to put a pufferfish, then I have to scratch my head. And I have put down quite a few in various places, so if you're watching the other Hermits videos you'll probably find out about it. Now, we are back at Scar's area where I haven't put one yet, and this is the entrance to his little base area. I love this. You go down into the waterlogged cave, you swim through here, and oh, he's already got a fish in here, that's cool. Then you come out the other side. So what I'm going to do is actually just drop this one off in the water here. This time we're not going to hide it, and then when Scar swims through here he might realise that there's now a pufferfish in his pond. At last I can return home and inform you that all of the pufferfish traps have been laid down. When I say all, I mean I've used all of the pufferfish I have for right now. And remember, our goal is to get everyone on the server. We've got Biffa. We've also got Jevin as well, while I was just doing some off-camera trap creation earlier, which is fantastic. So if you see a hermit falling for a trap, be sure to come over and comment and let me know who has fallen for them. Remember, our goal is to get everyone on the server this season. Anyway, that is it from me this episode of Hermitcraft. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like as always. Thank you for the support on these videos, and I'll see you soon with another episode. So ciao for now. Bye bye.